Hi, welcome to the Better Mind Center's YouTube channel. For those of you who are new here, the Better Mind Center is a group of mind and body oriented therapists and coaches helping clients recover from chronic pain, anxiety, and depression. We are so excited to be with you for our very first episode of our Troubleshooting Your Technique series. In this series, we will be diving deeper into traditional mind-body recovery tools. We will share new perspectives and techniques for you to try during your recovery journey. My name is Bernice.
I'm Rachel.
And today we will be talking about breath work, and we'll dive right into it.
Breath work, one of my favorite topics. So breath work is a wonderful tool that you might have heard a lot about already. You might have learned or heard that breath work is a way that we can influence our nervous system and calm our nervous system down. This is absolutely true. However, there's a lot of variation and nuance to finding tools or techniques in breathwork that feel good for our individual nervous systems, our individual needs. So hopefully we can dive into that a little bit today.
Yeah, I'm so excited to talk about this. And one of the things that I love about breath work too is that it's so accessible for everyone. It's something that you can privately do, and you can literally pick the length of time that you want to practice breath work, even if it's from a couple seconds to like a full on like tool for 3 minutes or something of that sort.
Experience. Yeah.
That you make it whatever feels best for you in the moment too. So I love that this technique offers that, and it's free too. There's nothing that you have to pay. There's so many different resources out there that, provide different ways to incorporate breath work as well. So I love it.
Yeah. So you guys might have noticed that when you're feeling a certain kind of way, you have a pattern of breathing that's associated with that feeling. So a really common one is when we're feeling more like keyed up or anxious, noticing that our breath is very shallow, very fast. On the flip end of things, if you're really calm, like if you dip into a jacuzzi or something, that nice, long breaths, deep breaths, easy breathing. It turns out that our emotional states actually are directly related to how we're breathing. So when we use breath work, what we actually can do is intentionally change our breathing to change how we're feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that you're bringing that up too. Is like breath work in general just provides us to be in a place of like, oh, here goes this emotion, what's happening here? But let me calm my central nervous system down and say that it's okay that I'm experiencing this. So whatever, if we're feeling really angry, if we're feeling really excited, or if we're feeling joy or sadness, like our breath in general has like this tendency of like ebbing and flowing too with the intensity of how we're feeling that emotion. So like it gives us a bit of an awareness to like what's happening with that emotion that we're experiencing in real time too. And I love that.
Yeah, you're so right. It can be like a real mirror to kind of what's happening emotionally sometimes. Like you're holding your breath. What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. Or on like the flip side too, sometimes what I see with clients is when we're practicing stillness, right? Like that's what breath work does. It creates a little bit of like a moment of calming down or stillness in general, but that can trigger a sense of discomfort or this like fearfulness of like, this doesn't feel normal. This is not my typical thing that I do for myself too. And so it can potentially amplify our state even more, especially when we don't have like language to what we're experiencing. So it can feel a little bit like it'd be fearful inducing too.
Yeah, Denise, I think what you're saying here with breath work is something that's really common actually. We know that it's a tool, we know it's supposed to be useful to help us, feel a certain different way. But there's so many, maybe you notice there's so many different kinds of techniques, but there's so many ways we can feel. And so sometimes it can be really scary if we start to use our breath in a way and then we kind of notice this isn't the way I thought I was going to feel during this, or is it supposed to feel like this because this doesn't feel good?
Mhm. Yeah, and that along with that too is like there's this misconception of once we start to recognize that we're experiencing something, that we're going to the breath work technique expecting a different outcome, right? So it's like, okay, well, we know that breath work is going to calm me down. Let me start doing XYZ to like help calm me down. And we're using it in a state where we haven't really created an association of this is supposed to help me, but rather we're just chasing the outcome of I want relaxation or I want calmness or safety or something along those lines.
Yeah, yeah. You bring up such a good one. I think one of the main pitfalls that I see is if we come to use breath work, we're like, this is a tool. I'm going to change my state. I'm going to help myself calm down. Sometimes we pick something that actually is kind of far from where we're starting. So instead of it being this thing of I'm starting to feel calmer, it actually feels like a huge step and it can be anxiety inducing. Like I always think of this as like, if we're going to take steps on the stairs, sometimes when we change our breathing to, I'm going to do this calm style of breathing or a specific technique, it's like taking 3 stairs at a time. It's like a huge jump. And that actually doesn't help us feel better. That can help us feel like,
Yeah, like the tool itself feels way bigger than what it's supposed to be, right? Like kind of going back to where we started with like this tool is supposed to be really accessible. Like we don't want it to feel like it's this daunting task to then practice breath work. And it's like, no, let's like reframe a bit of the way that we're seeing this tool and technique that's supposed to be really helpful for us as well. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, do you mind if we step into providing a bit of exercises or tools or techniques that our viewers can practice on their own?
Yes, let's get into the tools. Let's practice.
Yes, yes. Okay. Well, one of the tools that comes up for me that I find to be really helpful is, one, we want to recognize that it's not a big thing. We want to be able to approach this in a way that feels, again, accessible or just something that works for us. So I like to like just kind of practice slowing down a bit, just bringing a bit of awareness of our breath. And so I'm curious, do you have any like lotion or aromatherapy or anything in front of you?
I have my cup of coffee. Will this work?
Yeah, that'll work. So anything that helps kind of create like break away from we're doing a specific tool, but let's just go with what's accessible to us in front of us. So I have my cup of coffee too, and what we can do is just breathe in, not breathe in. We can smell it and see how that feels for us. You're in real time, you're practicing just smelling your coffee, you're practicing breath work, and you're just noticing overall this gentleness of like, okay, I can bring my system down, but just enjoying the smell and the scent of this cup of coffee or anything in front of you. Sometimes I love to have lotion. I always have lotion on my desk. My hands always get so dry, but I love to like bring it up, put lotion on, and then bring it up to my nose and just notice a bit of like, how does that smell like feel for me too? So I'll have you take a couple.
Yes. Hmm. So I notice cinnamon. I like to put cinnamon in my coffee, and that is so nice to me. I think it just smells so good.
Mhm. Yeah, I love that. And again, simple, nothing to it other than you just practicing breath work. And even that in itself can help bring your system down a bit. No big frilly thing or anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I share with you what I really like about this is that it's something that I already enjoy. So it's taking something that smells good that I like. So instead of sometimes the intensity that can come with I'm going to do this specific breath count or something, you don't breathe intensely when it's something that you like, right? It's not like so with
Yeah.
coffee or any other scent that you like, it's more relaxed and gentle. And that's the goal of actually what we're going for. in breath work.
Yes, I'm so glad that you bring that up too. Like, I think a lot of people get lost when they hear deep breathing, and that's what's happening, right? It's just like the inhaling of so much air, and it's
Yeah.
like just tidbit, like inhaling air taps into our sympathetic system, right? And the exhale is what taps into our parasympathetic system. So it's like, okay, you're taking all this air, but what are we doing with it? Are we just holding it in our body at that point?
Right, right. So if we use something that smells nice to us, whatever that is, or think about something like even just imagining the scent of like a rose or whatever, you know, you're gonna, by cueing it up with something that's pleasant, you're already inviting yourself to do it in a nicer, gentler way.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so fun. Thanks for sharing that with me. So, one other tool or technique that I'd love to share. This is a simple one and it doesn't have a breath count, like a count to it. And that's on purpose because sometimes, again, when we're doing some of these techniques, we kind of get lost in the sauce of focusing on the structure. So, this one is something that you can use and apply and follow wherever you actually are right now. So, this breathing technique that we're going to do is called a triangle breath. And so there's three parts. There's the inhale, the exhale, and then a pause. And that's it. Inhale, exhale, pause. And there's no set amount of time that the inhale or exhale, what it needs to be. It can be a cute triangle. It can be an obtuse triangle. We're good. It doesn't matter. So I wonder, could I guide you in it, Bernice? And we'll do it together.
Yeah.
So take on whatever your next breath, let the air out, let it go gently. And then when we're ready, we're going to inhale, exhale, pause. Inhale, exhale, pause. And just like that. And I'll do one more round with you. Yeah. How did that feel for you?
Oh God, it was so nice just to like pause on my breath for a bit too and just not do anything. Like a next move is just kind of being with it a little bit. That felt so nice. And it feels so nice in like my chest too, which I feel like probably do a lot of chest breathing when I'm really anxious. And so it's just like, okay, good. Let's slow that down a bit.
Yeah, yeah, oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. And it's different to not follow like a set count, right? Or a pattern. You kind of just get to go, when am I full? And follow that.
Yeah, yes, I love that. But again, there's nothing that I have to like chase a specific number of like, oh, okay, I need to like exhale 5 counts or I have to inhale 4 counts. It's just going at my pace. And I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Is there a theme that we're seeing here?
you. So. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, should we take that up one more notch and see if we can kind of put together the first tool that we had and the second tool, the triangle breath?
Let's do it.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on something that smells good to us. So I've got my coffee. This time, Bernice, do you want to use your lotion so we have different things to try with?
Nivea. Yes, okay, I got the lotion.
So we're going to do the same triangle breathing pattern. But this time, when we do the inhale, we want to really focus on the scent that you smell, that you enjoy from your lotion. And for me, the cinnamon that I smell in my coffee. On the exhale, we're going to focus on receiving that scent, like letting it just like absorb into us. And then on that pause, we're going to linger in it and just hang out in whatever that good scent is. Does that sound good?
That sounds good. I'm excited. Let's try it.
Okay. So on and we'll take a breath in. We'll let it go. And then focus on what brings you pleasure. Inhale. And when you breathe out, allow yourself to receive and feel that pleasure. And then pause, linger at it. Again, whenever you're ready, inhale, bring it in, breathe out, receive and feel it, and pause, linger, hang out there.
Mhm.
And that's it.
So love it. I love it. Well, mini tangent. I've been using this lotion for so many years. And so it's just brings a lot of different memories of like going on trips or always having it with me and all these things. So it has like a really strong association of just like comfort, fun, relaxation. So it has like all these different associations already with it. So it's like so many different memories came up just like doing a little smell of my lotion. So that's amazing. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. I love it's cool actually that you name that because when we pick scents that mean something to us, things that matter, that's a really powerful way that we can tap into those resources that we have. So I love that you name that and share that. That's exactly how wonderful it can be when we use something that matters to us.
Mhm. Yeah, it taps into those positive cognitive associations where that's what we want, right? We want that in our breath work too, is to tap into calming our nervous system down. And it can be even with the memory of a scent, and our mind goes like so quick into like, oh, I remember this specific thing. And it kind of brings you to a safe space also in your mind. Yeah.
Totally, totally. So cool.
I know that was fun. I liked it. It was really calming too. So thank you for taking me on that little journey.
Love to.
All right. Well, I'm so excited that we could be here today and offer all these wonderful tools and techniques for our viewers to try on their own. And overall, just thank you for anyone watching. If you're looking for one-on-one support or would like to stay connected, please reach us at bettermindcenter.com, on Instagram at better.with.christy, and the links will be down below too. Thank you.